Heather in Seal Beach, California. Hey, Heather, what's on your mind today?
Well, I just was wanting to call because you've informed me this morning about the fact that I'm a host, and I had no idea. I'm just appalled at this legislature, and what scares me the most is that the GOP seems to be wanting to, force these laws onto my body and onto my daughter's body. I was a host 4 times and had 5 children from that. I guess I should thank the Lord above that 4 of those are worthy individuals that will never have laws put on their body about what they can do with their reproductive organs.
So you're the mother of 4 boys.
I'm the mother of 4 boys and 1 girl.
Yeah. Yeah. See, by the way, Heather, I mean, this is so deeply embedded in our culture, this idea that babies actually start with men and then they get put into women and women operate as toaster ovens, that it's the basis for the Levitical injunction against men, quote, spilling their seed, in other words, masturbating, because and you know, various religions over the years also have these injunctions against male-dominated religions against men masturbating because they are spilling potential little human beings.
Right, that can be warriors for Christ.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I benefited from growing up. I grew up with my grandparents raising me, and my grandfather was a Southern Baptist, so I was forced to go to church with him, but my grandmother was Druidic. And so while I would go to church on Sunday, on Saturday we would drive up to the mountains and dance naked under the full moon.
Wow, with your grandmother?
Yeah.
How cool is that?
So I cleaved to the female-based faith that I was raised with.
Yeah.
Because I chose not to buy into the patriarchy that said that I was less than.
Yeah.
And so with all of my children, I was like, my grandmother's view she always said that being pregnant was the greatest gift the goddess could give you, because at that point you were a host for the goddess and you were imbued with her power and her beauty and her love. And to have it twisted by the Christian faith in such a dark and dangerous and controlling way it's just really unsettling.
Yeah, I mean, this is where, you know, Mike Pence pushed for this law in Indiana, and now there's one in Texas that Greg Abbott, is so proud of, that says that if a woman has either a miscarriage or an abortion, either an abortion or even a miscarriage, that she has to have a funeral. And this is like just another way of saying, no, that's not just a homunculus, or it's not just a tissue. It's a human being. Well, I thought human beings could say hello, or that they ate and they drank and they excreted, and I mean they breathed. But anyway, Heather, thank you for your call. It's your perspective is brilliant. I appreciate it. Jean is it Jean or Jeannie in Chico, California?
It's Jeannie in Chico, California.
Hey, Jeannie, how are you?
We're right next to Orville, but we're upstream, so we're not in trouble.
Oh, great.
I'm a retired professor, but I taught in the social sciences. But one idea I just got based on the conversation you just had is that we need to outlaw masturbation, because we cannot allow the loss of all those potential lives that I think that's a very, very good idea.
And it's in the Bible.
And we should start a program, to force our Congress people to consider that issue. But at any rate, when I was a student, when I was one of my first classes, research class, I chose the topic of the birth control pill, and I looked into why there was so much pressure against it. And, of course, I expected the Catholic Church to be there. But what I found was a lot of the funders included Curity diapers, all kinds of insurance companies and capitalism is based on an ever-expanding population, and we need people to have the people that control our government need people. They need cheap labor, people that we can waste in wars. and so that will buy all of their products. So if we could just look into this whole opposition to providing abortions and birth control for women, we could see the economic pressures behind that. And the further point I was going to make is about the loss of the goddess, and that when we think of nature, we think of it as feminine, and that allows us to desecrate not only the lives of women, but nature. And in the Bible, it says that man is to husband nature. And what does a good husband do? The good husband does not destroy his family. He protects and provides. So people tend to interpret a lot of these religious ideas in ways that, of course, are beneficial for them.
Yeah. You know, it would be interesting. Every time one of these guys comes out, and then there are some women, too, who comes out and says, you know, we've got to ban abortion. The more extreme ones, you know, we've got to ban birth control pills and contraception and all those kind of things. And there were actually laws to that effect. In fact, Griswold versus Connecticut, 1965, I think it was, before the United States Supreme Court, was based on a married couple in Connecticut who wanted to use condoms. And it was illegal in Connecticut at that time to have birth control in your home, even if you were a married couple. And so, anyhow, anytime one of these people comes out and starts ranting about this, and then using the Bible as justification, somebody needs to invent something. And I suppose a condom is already it, that every man has to wear all the time, so that if he even accidentally, essentially masturbates or spills his seed, to use the biblical phrase. And sometimes men do that in the middle of the night and don't even realize it. So, you know, just wear a condom all the time so that there's never, you know, we never lose these potential humans, because, you know, potential human life is human life, right? Anyhow, Jeannie, thank you for the call, and thanks for giving me a platform to go off on another rant.